What's going on, guys? My First Instinct here with another video. In today's video I will be teaching you guys how to play Claw. This user right here asked me to demonstrate it and show you guys how to, or like teach you guys how to play Claw, so that's what I decided to do. And we'll be showing you guys the buttons and controls and sensitivity and all the preferences I use for Fortnite. So I'll show you guys that, show you guys the gear that I use, such as my controller and my headphones. And then I'll give you guys some suggestions on just how to start playing Claw and why it's better than not playing Claw. So yeah, let's just jump in. So to start out, I'll show you guys the headphones I use. I use the Astro A40s. These are the 2013 editions, kind of older. I could probably use an upgrade. I use the Elite controller. My right thumbstick is a extended one, which means it's easier for me to aim. I do not use any paddles, and I use a trigger stop on my right trigger. I will demonstrate that right here. My right trigger went down less than my left trigger did. My left trigger is how you like zoom in, whereas my right trigger is my shoot, so that's why I've got a trigger stop on it. The Elite controller offers paddles, which you can program to whatever buttons you want. You can program them to ABXY or right bumper, you can program them to D-pads, you can program them to whatever you want on the controller. So that's an option that people like to use. I do not use that option though. I play with my controller plugged in at all times, which seems a little weird, but it just reduces latency on your controller to your Xbox, but also it'll eliminate the worries about a battery dying mid-game or anything like that. I just always have a 100% battery and don't have to worry about it. So you might be asking, why do you have an Elite controller if you don't use any of the paddles? Well, I really like the adjustable thumbsticks, but also I really like the trigger stops. Also, the amount of configurations you can do with games is out of control. There's a lot of presets for Microsoft games, but then also coming from a Halo aspect, I've always really liked my left bumper to be jump, because that's like long story, but I always like my left bumper to be jump, so I can change that in any game I want and just always be able to have that. But with the Elite controller, you can have 150 or like 250 different presets, so it's well worth the money for me to have the trigger stops, the thumbstick design, but then also the presets. Now, although I said I will change my buttons to left bumper to be jump, I didn't do that for Fortnite because of the buttons I use. Anyways, my sensitivity is a 4, controller sensitivity or scope sensitivity is 65 usually. Now, like sprinting, resets, reload, that's like personal preference, and tap to search, that's personal preference, but I do play vibration off, that's personal preference. Aim assist, if you're playing on console, have that on. Turbo building, that's like a personal preference. I do suggest reset building choice off, so that way you can always build like a stair right in front of you or whatever. Controller auto run, I suggest having on. Then like when it comes to the controller, if you are not using Combat Pro, you need to. The standard requires like the Y button to switch through everything. That's not good. You need to have your right and left bumper do that, so that way you can go between, like you can go to your left and go to your right. So if you're not using Combat Pro for whatever reason, do that. Like there's no reason not to, just learn it. It's going to be well worth it. So if you don't understand what the benefits are for playing Claw, it's purely so that way you can press all of your A, B, X, and Y buttons without taking your thumb off of your right thumbstick. The reason why that is key is because your right thumbstick is how you look and aim. So if you wanted to jump, you would have to take your thumb off the thumbstick for a millisecond, press the A button, and then go back. And that puts you at a disadvantage, because now you, like that millisecond that you aren't aiming, the other person could have killed you. So that's the whole advantage to it. This, from my understanding, was popularized by a professional video game player named Walshy back in Halo 1. Walshy was dominant in the Halo 2 scene for his button combinations, which involved pressing like B and X multiple times while still aiming, and like right trigger and X multiple times while still aiming and stuff like that. And so he played Claw, and it was a huge benefit for him. He is known as the #1 Halo 2 player because of this. And so if you want to see, you know, what crazy things look like, I'll have a video up in the top right corner that is talking about button combinations. This was also popularized in the Super Smash Bros. Game on the GameCube. That's just, it's such an odd controller, and everyone was pressing a bunch of buttons, so a lot of people played Claw. Now this has been played throughout many generations. A lot of people are saying that they've been playing it since Halo 1 and they do not have any cramps or anything like that. They don't have any like anything wrong with their hands. I don't know what that's called. Arthritis. They don't have arthritis in their hands, and they've been playing this for 15 plus years. So there's no real disadvantage of playing claw. Now, while you're playing claw, it is awkward to begin with. It feels uncomfortable with your hand, and your thumb is now at a different position, so aiming is a little bit off. Plus your trigger finger went from your pointer finger to now your middle finger. So it's a little awkward at first. It takes about a week to 2 weeks to get used to, but it still is a huge advantage to doing so. I have two brothers that play video games with me all the time. You've seen them in videos, Jonathan and Tyler. All have a video with us all playing together in the top right corner. All three of us play claw. I know that my brother Jonathan started playing claw when he was playing Gears of War 3, I think, while we were playing campaign. That's where he learned it. I know that my brother Tyler is playing Call of Duty multiplayer to play claw because that was what seemed easiest for him. Call of Duty was always a pretty easy game for us. Whereas for myself, I played Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. Zombies is something that actually requires a lot of button pressing. You change your weapons quite often, you crouch a little bit, but you're also holding X to like rebuild the barriers and like looking around and stuff. So I suggest playing games that are single player, so that way you don't have the pressure of another person trying to kill you. It's just you versus some computers, and that's how you learn. You can do the save world game mode in Fortnite or whatever. You can play any of these games right here. My biggest suggestions are Black Ops 2 Zombies or Destiny. Destiny's kind of dying right now, but it still is, if you never played the game, then you can pick it up and still play it. And then also you can learn this because you're playing against AIs rather than people. Now, if you don't care about the aspect of running into another player or whatever, you can totally just do it in Fortnite PvP. It doesn't matter. You can do that. I just suggest that you don't. I suggest that you do a PvE, like a player versus computer game, because it's just going to be easier on you and it might speed up the process. Now, you're not going to want to do games such as Telltale games where you just press A, B, X, and Y like once every 10 seconds and it's like not that fast paced or anything. Those are just faster paced games that are against computers. So that might not have been the video that you were expecting. You might have been expecting something more in depth, but there really isn't much to it. It's a lot of just do it. Like, that's all you have to do. You just, grab your controller and go play the game, play any game. Like I was saying, I suggest the PvE, fast-paced games, but you just play any game and have your hand in that position. Also playing, like going through menus and stuff, just try to remember to do it. It'll help you out just a tad bit extra. Anyways, that is the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you guys have any comments about this in any way, shape, or form, comment those down below. If you want to see future content by myself, hit that subscribe button. Also, a quick question. Do you guys like those hand cams that I've done in the past? I can do like green screen and stuff. That's what I was trying to do in this video, but my recording software was not working. It actually took me, I filmed this video like 3 times. It's been really tough. Anyways, if you guys enjoy those hand cams, just let me know and like put those down in the comment section below. Sounds a little weird, but yeah, hand cam. If you guys enjoy it, comment that. But yeah, this is Ben, My First Instinct, saying peace.